a disturbance in the force. Memories are like whoosh. I just want to take a shower. I smell like milk. Oh, good for you. What happened to those days? Hello friends, and welcome back to another minivan moment. Okay, we are in my minivan and we're gonna have a moment together, you and I. Let's have a moment, shall we? Well, let's just take a moment to celebrate this girl back here. She just graduated kindergarten today. You're such a good girl. Yeah. So I'm going to be answering a couple of your questions that you guys had for me on Instagram a while back.
Hi, I get this hat.
Yes, you do.
And the string broke.
Yeah. So I get asked a lot, how do I balance it all? What are my routines when the kids were little? Like, how do I do it all? And frankly, I don't do it all. I can't do it all. I'm only human, I'm only one person, and I don't get it all done. But I have routines and I try really hard. I just became a stay-at-home mama and motivation for routines are awful. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and of course I don't know where to start routines or motivation. That is a great question. It is hard when your kids are little, and it's hard to be motivated when you're constantly needed and being pulled at into different directions. When they're little, it is rough, but I have to tell you, I swear I had it more together when my kids were little than I do now. I feel like I am crazier now, and it's hard to get things done, which is crazy because now they're all in school, but it's true. I think I had to be more structured when the kids were little, because you know it's a lot of work. Once they wake up, you're on the clock and you're go 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 till they go back to bed. Well, for me, my kids were spread out like 4 years, 3.5 and 3 years apart, and so I didn't have my kids very close together. I wanted to, it just didn't happen that way. But for me, I noticed that I had to have a routine. And I wasn't as structured as I am now. I never like wrote them out or anything, but I knew when breakfast was, and I had to have them eat at that time, because then there was a morning nap. Then there was like lunch and then another nap. And so I knew that certain times of the day there had to be structure so the kids can nap. But I also, during that craziness, taught my kids to be able to deal without a nap. So when we are out with family, on vacation, that they were used to like a disturbance in the force, is what I would call it. Like they were used to interruptions in their routine as well, so they can handle situations. And so I definitely relied on their naps a lot, and that's where I got things done. Like I said, I never had a structure printed out or anything or written out, but I knew once they would nap, bam, I got in the shower. Their first morning nap, their AM nap, bam, shower. I was in the shower, I was getting myself ready. And usually the morning nap wasn't very long, so that's when I got ready for the day. The afternoon nap, that's when I got down to business. That's when I would like clean and do things that I wanted to do without them at my feet. So like scrubbing a shower or paying the bills or whatever I was doing back then. I don't even remember, you guys. Honestly, it's a blur. I'm turning 40 here soon, and memories are like whoosh. So this is what I remember, which is not much. But I would do what I could while they were napping, and I went fast at it. It was like go go go, get whatever I could done. When they were awake, I would do the things that I know I could do with them around me, and then if I got interrupted, it would be okay, like folding laundry or doing the dishes or dusting or something like that. I would take them as soon as they woke up. I would feed them and change them, and then run any errands that I had to do, because they were in a good mood at that point. Sometimes they would wake up cranky. You always have to check the situation before you go anywhere, right? So I would grocery shop when they would just had woken up, or right after their morning nap we would go, so I could be back to put them down for their afternoon nap. So I always saw and tried to find the windows of opportunity to do the things that had to get done. When the kids were like little, I wanted to take a shower. There were just days where I was like, Heavenly Father, I just want to take a shower. I just want to wash my body. I don't even need to wash my hair. Can I just wash my body? I smell like milk. I would bring their high chair or their baby swing or their baby chair, whatever they were using at the time. But mostly their swing and high chair. I would bring it into the bathroom. No joke. I would set it right in the doorway of the bathroom. They would have their toys, they would have their books, and they would play facing my shower while I was in the shower. And then I would just open the shower and be like, peekaboo, you know, like, how's it going? You know, they would laugh and giggle and drool, and I was amazing back then, you guys. My kids loved me back then. I was funny, I was cool, I was like their best friend. What happened to those days? I missed it when they were younger. They sure liked me more. I would bring them into the bathroom like that and get ready. I did that a lot. And clear until they were a toddler, I would do that. I remember Shaylee, I did it clear until she was old enough. Put her in a high chair right in front of the bathroom door so I could shower. So it's just all about finding those windows of opportunity and to get things done. Before I found the Fly Lady system, back when I had Boston, I would pick a day that I would do certain things. So I would I would be like, okay, Monday is laundry day. Those are the days I'm gonna do laundry, and Wednesdays is gonna be scrub the bathroom day or something like that. So I did do that in the beginning, and that helped a lot. So when I knew when they were down for a nap, I knew what I could get done. And you know, it's always hard when you're needed as a mom and you're being pulled in different directions, and it feels like you can never get anything done. But I swear back then my house was cleaner, no joke. With the little ones, Callie and Jonah at the time running around, my house was cleaner. I felt like I was more structured because I had to be. Because you know, with young kids, that if they're off their schedule or anything, it's chaos, and it's just chaotic. So I would just create a schedule and just see and notice the rhythm of your family and your home. What's going on? What are you noticing is working and what is not working? I would suggest first writing down what is working, and then incorporate what you could do in certain areas to get things done that you would like to get done. You're not going to hit it 100% every day, and we're human, we're not perfect. But just having a roadmap just brings some peace. But remember to be able to go off that routine once in a while, and that your kids get used to that. So that way you can enjoy those spontaneous things that you do as a family. If you're a working mom, see what works in your schedule, when you can put your routines into place, when you can get some cleaning or decluttering done, when you could scrub the shower. Again, my biggest suggestion, write what is working and what you would like to work, and see how you can mold that in together as a family. Also, you could tell this is an afterthought with the background, can't you? Also, I would find opportunities to leave the house with the kids. I would go to the library and see when story time was. Our town would do story time, and then there was a bakery across the street, and I used to take Callie and we would go do story time and then go get a donut afterwards. And I did this with all my kids. I took them to story time. Jonah, he wasn't a fan of it, and so we only went a few times. So I knew that that day during the week, that was an activity that we could do together. And then I would make time to go to the park with them. There was actually certain days that I designated for the park, and we would go pick a park, any park, and do new parks in town, go to different ones, and we would either picnic or just go there for a little bit. So I found opportunities that I could take the kids out, get them out of the house, get me out of the house, interact a little, and you know, get them to be creative outside the home, and anything I could do to exhaust them to take a nap. Also, when my kids started to like not take naps anymore, I would call it quiet time. I stopped calling it nap time, because then it's just a battle and it just doesn't work. So I would say, okay, we're having quiet time. This really worked well with Jonah. He responded well to quiet time. And he's always like, I'm not gonna go to sleep though. But guess what? He always fell asleep. So during quiet time, it was take out your book. You could sit on your bed, play with your toys, or read a book, but it was quiet time. It would be at least 1 hour in their room of just being quiet, learning to play by themselves, learning to soothe themselves while I would get something done. Oh, and one more thing. It's okay to have days where you do nothing. You take a nap when they nap, you watch some Netflix, you do whatever you do. Like, it's okay to take a moment off and just relax and be you and recoup and just unwind. So if you have a day where you're binge watching Netflix, 1, tell me what you're watching, and 2, enjoy it. I take those moments every few weeks where I'll take a day and I won't do jack, and I will just enjoy being in my home, being with the kids, doing nothing. So yeah, don't feel bad or guilty about it. I used to feel that way when I was a young mom, like, you know, I didn't do anything today. We stayed in our jammies and we didn't do anything. Well, good for you. So when you have those moments, don't feel bad about it. Also, and if you can, take the help when needed. If you can hire someone to come clean your home or fold your laundry for 1 hour a week, then go for it. Especially for you working moms. Definitely take advantage of any opportunity that you have to divvy out the work to somebody else. Maybe there's a teen in your neighborhood that can earn a few dollars during the week that you could distribute your housely duties to. There's, I'm sure, some teenager that would love to fold your laundry for a few bucks a week. So take advantage of things like that you could do to help make your load less heavy. We're not perfect. We're not going to have it all together, but you know what? We try, and that's the best that we could do is we try. I know I'm not a perfect mom to these kids. I know I could do better, but I am certainly trying my hardest, and I am so thankful and blessed to be called mom and have these kids in my life. And you know, those days when they were little, honestly, I miss them. I don't want to do them again. I definitely don't want another kid or go through it again. But man, when I sit back and think about all that I did and how I beat myself up, wow, so much wasted thought and energy into that. I rocked it, and you're rocking it. At the end of the night, if they know that you love them and they are still alive, then you rocked your job. So congratulations, you rocked it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this minivan moment. I hope it helped. I know my thoughts can sometimes get rambled, but I hope that helped. And to all you ladies that are moms, that are not moms, who work out of the home, who work in the home, who are stay-at-home moms, who are house managers, moms, wives, you're doing awesome. The work that you're doing in your homes when you're there is the most important thing that you could do for your family. Fill it with love, fill it with hope. You will find peace, and I know Heavenly Father will help guide you. You guys are awesome. All right, thanks for joining me today on this minivan moment, and we will see you later. Bye. Can you say bye, Shaylee?
In first grade.
You're in first grade now. You're in first grade now. Oh my goodness. Love you.
Love you too.
Oh, I need more. I need more. You're awesome.